Disney has released the 8th episode of X-Men 97, which sees the villainous Bastion unleashing his secret hordes of humanoid sentinels around the world. And as the beginning of the final arc of the season, I thought this episode was really damn good. So if you don't want to have what happened in the episode spoiled for you, then I suggest that you stop watching this video now and go on to watch the episode instead. Because Tolerance is Extinction Part 1 tells us all about who Bastion is and what his plans are for the X-Men. Bastion has been infecting volunteers with a techno-organic virus like cables to create humanoid sentinel hybrids. And these powerful hybrids are used to enslave mutants in order to create a human utopia. And instead of just being bombarded with that information, we actually get to see these hybrid sentinels in action. Because, as it turns out, there is a lot of them. So much, in fact, that the X-Men easily get overwhelmed by them. Though not for their lack of trying, as the X-Men do get to shine in some outstanding action sequences. The Summers family have to work together during an exciting chase scene, which also allows them to bond together. Wolverine gets to be a badass as he starts slicing and dicing through Sentinels without any regard for the fact that they are living beings. He doesn't even let falling from the sky stop him from going on a murdering spree. Nightcrawler also gets to join in on the action, fighting alongside Wolverine in an effort to save Rogue from the overwhelming horde of Sentinels. It's a truly awesome sequence, and it proves how vital Nightcrawler really is to the X-Men team. And as a huge fan of the character myself, I'm really glad that he's gotten the chance to shine in these past few episodes. Because aside from starring in some fantastic action sequences, Nightcrawler is also able to inject some wisdom and some heart into the show. Last week, he gave a touching eulogy at Gambit's funeral service, and this week, he reminded us all that blood may be blood, but that our family is a choice. But while that is a nice thing to say, it's unfortunate that many mutants have lost their own chosen families in the past few episodes alone. And no one seems to be more upset about this than the Master of Magnetism. So once Magneto is freed from Bastion's captivity, he declares war against humanity. A declaration that is heard throughout the entire world, even from characters like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That's right, Spider-Man actually does make a brief appearance in this episode, and I literally screamed out loud when I saw him. Because though his design may look a little bit different here, I'm pretty sure this is the version of the character from Spider-Man the Animated Series, which happens to be one of my favorite iterations of Spider-Man. So I do hope that his appearance in this episode means that we'll get to see more of him. Especially since I'm pretty sure this series is heading towards an Avengers vs. X-Men adaptation. After all, we did get to see Captain America and General Ross appear in last week's episode, and this week we got to see more Marvel characters, including Doctor Doom, Baron Zemo, Silver Samurai, and more. We even got a mention of the Sorcerers at Camartage in yet another connection to Marvel's What If series. So, X-Men 97 has been referencing the larger Marvel multiverse lately, which is pretty cool to see, even if I still take issue with the concept of absolute points in time. Because if the multiverse is truly infinite, then there are an infinite amount of universes where an absolute point never occurred or will never occur, which defeats the purpose of referring to a point in time as being absolute. But I'll save the rant on Marvel's multiversal shenanigans for a later date. In the meantime, I'll go back to gushing about X-Men 97 in general, because I just absolutely love this series. This is an ambitious show that features beautiful animation, incredible action, engaging narratives, complex themes, fantastic voice acting, and impeccable character work. So I cannot wait to see what the finale has in store for all of us. Which means that I am obviously looking forward to seeing the penultimate episode of Season 1 when it gets released on Wednesday.